In the words of the late George Carlin, BS is the glue that binds us together as a nation. Here comes a ton of it. It's time for BSing with Big Nate.
Such a stranger feeling, and from the depths I long a remedy, cut from the face of a tragedy. Every move I make, where the sweet breeze blows, is where I'll go. Blissful, yet overwhelming, yeah, my say. Where's all I see? This tension is up to there's been Armageddon here. And what have I done? This feeling runs over me cold, and all that and that is this devil in me. Pull it through the chest shaker, it is true the worst of taking life for the last time. How could I ever let me survive? Say goodbye to the Jekyll and Hyde. Scroll from the ground, the beast set beside me. Come in half, we'll both go politely. Take a look back at the things that I've done and suffer the wrath of the sky. Pulling through the chest shaker, it is true the worst. Take a life for the last time. How could I ever let me survive? Say goodbye to the Jekyll and Hyde. Scroll from the ground, the beast set beside me. Come in half, we'll both go politely. Take a look back at the things that I've done and suffer the wrath of the sky. Save me. I've laid waste to it all,
That was Shun the Raven with Sig and Sin. Welcome into another edition of BS with Big Nate. If you haven't figured it out yet, there's a pattern here. Anytime I'm playing a tune, we're going to talk to the band responsible. And usually Shun the Raven a four-piece, but apparently someone's on a little bit of a vacation. So we got a trio Shun the Raven this afternoon. How you fellas doing?
Good.
How's it going, man?
Hope you are.
So what we need to do here before we get any further, let's introduce ourselves and our roles in the band. I will point out that the bassist is the missing member. So read into that what you will.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Aaron. I'm vocals and guitar in the band.
Chad, drummer.
I'm Cody, and I'm also a guitar in the band.
And Jairus
Hi.
is the bass player who is missing. He is on a little vacay.
Yeah.
Mr. Jairus.
Hi. Vacation's always a little well-deserved. So we're going to start off. I want your thoughts on Sig and Sin and how you feel about it as a track.
I enjoy playing that song a lot. It's one of our newest, of course, so we're going to have fun playing it, but I don't think that song will ever get dull.
No, it's probably one of my favorite ones to play, too. It has a nice storyline to it. So it's pretty unique.
Yes, very dynamic. Being a drummer is very fun to play. Just our songs are just, our songwriting is just really evolving thanks to Aaron and just, obviously the rest of the guys, but it's really getting creative and it's pushing us all to be better musicians. So, and this is another one that, Tale of Two Tales, this one and Clockwork, they're just new breeds. They're new visions, new just whatever you want, what have you. They're just new direction for the band, and and the music is getting very creative and very just experimental, and it's really fun to play as a drummer, pushing me and all of us to just be better and have fun writing. No rules. It's fun.
Sky's the limit. It's endless. So.
Well, that's what I like to hear is a new direction, but we're going to go back in a little bit of an old direction, and I want to know how Shun the Raven first got together. What's the background of Shun the Raven?
I'll let Aaron start that one. Thanks. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Man, I've known these guys forever. I mean, we're not just a band. It's not just like we pulled rolls off the street. I've grown up with Chad my whole life since a little kid. I've known him since he was a little kid. Jairus, we've known each other since we were little kids. It's just we've got a lot of past. So yeah, it's a big family here, bro.
I'll elaborate on that a little bit because I've known Aaron, as he said, since he was like a little brother to me when he growing up. But I left. I went to college, moved out to LA for a little while. So we lost contact for 15, 20 years. So I came back and he was with Jairus and they had another drummer. And so I just kind of fell into it, which is just crazy how we reconnected musically. I literally left and he took a keyboard. And I came back, and he just became this musical beast. And, he sent me a YouTube video of some Daughtry song he was covering or something, and I was, like, tearing up. And I was like, whoa, So, I've been playing music out in L.A. and, just, staying busy. But it's really cool. It's a really great story of, reconnecting, like Cody coming in as the fourth member, me coming back and reuniting with this guy, and I hadn't seen him in forever, and to come back and just – he's just this musical beast, genius, and it was just really cool, and just it all worked out. So, three-piece we started. When I came back, I joined with him and Jairus, and then Cody came in.
Yeah, Cody was actually our merch guy for a while.
Merch guy into fourth member.
Yeah, he was the Shun the Raven
That's a
prospect.
great story.
That's kind of like the farm team. I hear that happening, not with necessarily huge acts, like for instance, Aerosmith's not necessarily pulling out their merch guy, but you hear that with acts before they get their start, is the merch guy will end up rolling in. So that's definitely a solid place to be, is to have
Always be
able to count on me and play the guitar. So I like it. So I got three of you, and I usually play this game with one person, so we're gonna do this a little differently. I know a lot of bands don't like to pigeonhole themselves and put themselves in too narrow of a direction, but now it's by committee. So what I want you to do is to describe the sound in 3 words of Shun the Raven, but you each get one word, and you can't repeat. We'll go ahead. We'll start with Cody.
Artistic.
Chad
Experimental.
and Aaron.
Bipolar.
Wow.
I love it.
Experimental bipolar rock. I like it.
I love it.
I like it. I mean, it fits.
That's the R right there. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
I can do it. So earlier this month, you guys did a live set. Not, of course, with a crowd, but you did something pretty killer. You did a live electric set and then an acoustic set with a Q&A. So there are a couple of things that I want to talk about with that. We're going to start with where was that at?
After Hours Tavern in High Point. It's one of our new favorite local spots, and Debbie's the owner. She was the one that guest appearanced with us on that, and we're just, she does so much for the local community, and we want her to be a part of it and voice, voice herself. She wanted us to talk about it. We were like, Debbie, if you just come back and you get on there with us, it's so much more powerful if you voiced and you spoke, because she's literally on her last leg with that bar, and it's so sad. We have a show was pending for July 18th, and the governor just spoke today and basically just put a knife in that one. So it's like, this is her bar, and she, it's just tough. That, I mean, it is what it is. We know that this COVID's very serious, and it's kind of plateauing, and it's still elevating, and elevating in its little ways. And we understand that he has to do what he has to do, but it's just, on the other end, it's sad that you have to pick who can open and who can't. Mask or not mask, mandatory, and she just has to suffer because she doesn't serve food, and so her bar is literally on the brink of closing, and it's just a sad story. But it was After Hours. This is one of our favorite spots.
Yeah, we support her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Bars and bands go hand in hand.
And it's important that I led with that. At least I think. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here. I'm actually trying to compliment you guys. Seeing that without the venues, bands don't really have a place to perform. And I love that you guys did that. And I think it is important that once these places are allowed to open back up, we need to go there. We need to jam pack them. Response.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
And support that and keep it open. The other thing, how did you end up deciding to do an acoustic and electric set?
It was something different, and we were doing the virtual show, so what the hell?
We wanted to make it unique,
It's like
you said, something different.
Give our fans and our family and our friends something different we don't normally do on an average show. So
And this is a Saturday night, so.
The first time we just did TVs, and so the second time, we said, okay, we tried the projector. We did the Shun the Raven projector, and then let's do some acoustic. Let's make it more intimate. Let's make it more, times are still crazy, and it's almost like we need to be vocal more with them, and we need to speak and hang out with our fans. So it was, and a chance to hang.
They miss bands, and we miss them.
Yeah, it's a cohabit relationship.
Yeah.
We need each other. You know what I mean?
So
we need them in the crowd as much as they want to see us rock.
Yeah, man.
So it's a total it just sucks right now, man. This is a very awkward, just really crazy time. It's still tripping me out. We just went to mandatory mask in North Carolina. I'm still in just complete shock. This is going on.
We're at mandatory mask in Virginia as well, and actually I want to touch back on that in a little bit. But playing a live show like that without a crowd, still having the full setup, and I mean everything looked beautiful. Between both for the acoustic and the electric, just really well done, really well produced. But from a performance standpoint, was there an overwhelming sense that something was missing, or were you able to kind of just pull from past experience and just pull together?
Nah, man, I love doing this.
Yeah.
I love doing this.
It wasn't weird.
What you saw was what goes on normally in our practice spot. That's
just in a
normal,
different place,
I love playing. I love singing. I love these guys. It's just
just being able to do it. That's the whole part of the fun, just getting to play.
It's an addiction in its own, and not having it and not being able to do it, man, it's on a whole nother level. Not being able to do it is the most boring thing in the world.
Yeah, it's almost like this is our Super Bowl going Facebook Live now, because we can't play our shows. This is just plus we have our little crew there, our crew that helps us set up, and just our friend, there's a few friends in the crowd, minimal, that we can have in there because of the times. So they're kind of, getting us going, but it's just musicians that just want to perform, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a drummer and I love the crowd, and I know they do too. So I feed off that, and I miss that. I feed off that eye contact and that just like, someone putting their horns up,
Seeing how the music affects everybody differently.
I'm still rocking, but yeah, it's a probably level 8 there.
Do you feel that with everything kind of being on lockdown, you've got not necessarily, but you've got a lot more new people finding your music and what you do?
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
I think so.
We've had a few, we've had a few more reach outs to our fan page, that we haven't normally, like private messages to our band.
There's a lot more people at home.
Yeah,
There's
a lot more people's going to be focused on
a lot more time.
Probably Googling and looking for something, something different to listen to. And,
I'm sure the internet is on fire.
yeah, a lot of Googlers.
I mean, I can't speak for you guys, but that's been my one positive takeaway from this whole situation, is the fact that I've got a lot more time to look into bands. I've got a lot more time to listen to music, but also because it became almost essential to beef up your web presence and kind of get out there in a virtual format. I feel like bands now are more accessible than ever, and I'm hoping that it continues in that capacity.
Yeah,
I agree, definitely.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean we're, that show that we just played, we started at noon.
Oh yeah, we worked our asses off on that show.
And that's a non-paying show, and that's like just because we love what we do and we want to give the people that love us and show them how much we appreciate them. That's a full Saturday event. That wasn't just like you run in there and throw some stuff on a stage. That's testing projectors, TVs,
just like we would for a normal show.
Yeah, running, checks and stuff, and we set up different monitors. We had to move up front because the projector was farther back. So just a lot of stuff they don't know, But it's because we love it. We love what we do.
And I think that ethic and that passion for it definitely came through in the video. It's definitely obvious that it's a labor of love, and you guys take care of it. I for one, really appreciate it and enjoyed it. You guys spoke about mandatory masks in North Carolina now, and I would be remiss if I didn't bring up, yes, exactly. There's a Shun mask. So we actually got into the mask game as well. I don't have mine with me, of course, because I'm in my home office, but we've got 105.3 The Bear Mask. But check it out. You can rep, and I think more bands need to do this, is you could rep your favorite band. You could rep Shun the Raven and still be compliant. Plus, at least in my case, it hides facial expressions. So I don't have to sit there and fake smile or just go through the motions. I'm a big fan, but where can they get one?
Well, it's funny that you ask, Big Nate. I just literally decided to, this was when it started. I was like, I'm going to make some masks. And I just started Googling and trying to find a company. And I found this guy, and I just ordered just the minimum 20. I just paid my out of pocket, for me. And I just started, and I posted them, and sure enough, everyone was like, I want one, and
didn't have enough.
I didn't have enough. And I was just selling them for cost. I wasn't trying to make money off them. I was just trying to make my money back, So, and now, the current situation, I mean, shoot, we should have 100 of them.
Yeah, we're going to be in the designing business.
I do have 2 or 3 left on these last 10 that he sent me. So if you're watching this, hit me up. Or and
quick.
Have 1 or 2 left. But that said, we spoke earlier, and Aaron's thinking about putting a new design together. Maybe one of those. He does the whole full face. I don't know what it's called. It's called something.
Yeah.
Where it comes down through the neck area. It's a different, instead of a hooking on the ears.
It's like a body cloud.
Either way, it's definitely time to, people need them now, obviously. So
yeah, and I don't foresee the masks going away anytime soon. And I mean, hell, even after the fact, they look cool as hell. Let's just say you're hanging on the mosh pit. There's dust kicking up everywhere. It's beneficial there. I vote in favor of it across the board. So you got my vote of confidence.
Oh, cool. We'll work on
What
that.
is on the horizon with the rest of 2020 and 2021 for Shun the Raven? Obviously, it's dependent on a lot of things, but in an ideal world, what are you guys looking to have done going into the next year?
Man, we're just going to keep on digging. Right now, we're going to use this as our time off to keep on writing new material. We're going back into the studio. So we've got some more material we're going to dish out here in the future. And we're just going to keep on keeping on. And next year's a whole nother year. We'll have a positive outlook. We've got Blue Ridge Rock Festival has been rescheduled for 2021. We're going to keep our fingers crossed and have high apple pie in the sky, and we're going to do that thing.
I like that.
Man, there's plenty of opportunities coming up. We've got to get through the clouds here and find
That's right. It's not like
Dude,
you guys
that's right there.
it's just keeping it together, staying creative, staying in a
Rocking, going
Positive.
I'm keeping on, man.
Yeah, man.
Facebook Live every now and
Last
then.
forever.
We got a couple that we don't even know what's going to happen on July 31st now. I don't know. That's in Fayetteville.
It's all
That's
up in the
North
air,
Carolina.
man.
So,
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's
Johnny Nethercutt. That's another show.
Lately, I kind of just wait till the week of and see what's gonna happen because making plans is cheap now.
We really don't know.
It's so different.
Yeah, it's a week by week kind of thing now. It's crazy.
So where can they find Shun the Raven on the web?
I mean, really, you name it. A lot of the social media platforms you can find us, of course, on Facebook.
YouTube.
We're on Amazon Music. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. iTunes.
Yeah.
Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify,
You name it.
all that. We do have a shuntheraven.com. It's
Yeah.
We don't use it that much. It's not really updated now because of the times, because we just don't know when our shows are. I know I had Blue Ridge on there, but it's got basic bio and some pictures and stuff. But basically, yeah, like you said, all online platforms, like the major ones, we're on there. You can grab our tracks individually.
Excellent. Well, Aaron, Chad, Cody, Shun the Raven, thank you for joining me. We've got another tune to play. It's a Tale of Two Tales. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Well, that's another bipolar song written by yours truly that just goes all over the place, man. And it's just, this is my way of speaking out, and it really works.
It's a very interesting song instrumentally, because whenever we were writing it originally, all the parts together did not sound like one song.
Yeah.
Until we started putting them together in practice, and he added lyrics to it, it changed the whole entire idea of the song, and then
That's
it is what it is now.
That's a good point, because I don't know if you know, we did play that acoustic, and I love play. I don't know, it was just us three playing it, and it just sound. I don't know, the way we transposes acoustically, and I'm just getting new to the cajon and playing it, dynamically differently, and 4/4 on it sometimes, just is a different approach. But I'm really into the acoustic thing too. So we've discussed. Nothing's happening, but we've discussed.
We'll see, buddy.
We'll see. We're just discussing. It'd be cool to do acoustic stuff. We had a fun time doing it. It sounds good.
It was different.
It comes off.
It does have a different
people
sound,
like it.
vibe.
So why not? But, that might be something we might touch in down the line. We'll see. I don't know how many places are hiring acoustic rock bands. To play, but maybe we'll break that mold. No covers.
That's right.
Acoustic rock metal guys. Right.
Well, gentlemen, I thank you for your time, and let's rock.
Nate, thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having us, man. Have a good night.